Friends, this Saturday I'll speak to you on the technology of the future and how it affects us. In fact, rather than saying technology of the future, I should actually say technology which is current, the current technology. Now, will the technology overcome us or will we overcome the technology? These are important questions to ponder upon. Let's understand the technology perspective and the human relationship in the next few minutes. Great disruptions, both in technology and in the lives of the people, have taken place in the past, be it the industrial or the IT revolution. The fourth industrial revolution has much more to tell us. People during the early times, when a steam engine or a printing press was invented, were both thrilled and dismayed. Thrilled because there was new hope and meaning to life. Dismayed for they had believed that developments could disrupt their serene lives. IT revolution also did the same to the people. And believe me, the fourth industrial revolution, or the machines talking to the machines and the IoT backbone, would do the same. The typewriter was discarded for a computer keyboard. And people were in awe of a mainframe computer occupying the space of a living room that could do millions of calculations in a matter of seconds. People were truly thrilled at that time about the invention. That a small smartphone that we have today, that sits in the shirt pocket, has actually replaced such mainframes in computing power today, and is certainly a great innovation and enterprise of the human mind and caliber. However, it's an irony of the times that we live in that the makers of such smartphones constantly flood the markets with more and more computing power and even more technologically challenging applications every 6 months. Some of them are very useful, some of them are not so. Marketing and customer behavior is a smart topic these days. New markets are being created for pushing devices that people are probably better off without. Technology is driving such initiatives. It's actually the technology that drives the markets and the market drives the technology back. It happens in entertainment. Digital marketing uses internet and online digital technologies, products, services, and all these are being pursued with great zeal. That's also a thought to ponder upon. Now, would our lives stop if Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn were to go off air suddenly? There are huge research teams, in most of the IT-based companies and multinationals who spend millions of man-hours, effort, and time on human psychological analysis and pry into human minds to know what probably goes on there. They are supposed or supported by the social media platforms driven companies who retrofit the outcomes into smart applications whose only purpose is probably to create an immersive experience or hold the people in a trance. Agenda for such characterization could vary from pure entertainment to more sinister like engineering strife and discord. Even that is happening in the world. If you see most of the attacks that are taking place, product placements happen in this milieu with advertisers and the platforms raking in the money that comes in. Mass hypnotization would probably be a better euphemism. We are almost in a trance most of the time, operating the various applications and social media platforms on our smartphone. Have we not hypothecated our creative and our mental abilities to those so-called smart devices and applications? Think about it. The job markets are looking bearish, and people are looking for a when to release their frustrations. Is it any surprise that the people are constantly glued to those smart devices? As if their whole life depended upon it. Where then are we heading? Were our lives any less entertaining and interesting when we had our families to spend time with, or do better things? Human relationships and bonds cannot be junked away for some electronically created fantasies. The truth, however, is more damning. We are being drawn into the quagmire even more. At least 6 super technologies are holding sway over us and will have a profound stamp on the human psyche as we move forward. Let's see what these technologies are. The first is the Internet of Things. Like I said, which drives the fourth industrial revolution. What does it do? It describes a network of physical objects or things embedded with sensors, software, and multiple other technologies. So they connect, and exchange data with other devices and systems over the internet. A smart city, smart hospital, smart highway, smart factory are all its manifestations. Connected ambulances, intelligent medical devices, connected traffic cameras, and smart grids are all its proteges. 3D printing is another that has several new avatars. Additive manufacturing, rapid prototyping, subtractive machining, and stereolithography are its children, are its derivatives. Each born with an extremely intuitive mindset. What do they do for us? They can create virtually any shape under the sun. If a damaged skull or a damaged face, maybe there was an accident and it has to be replaced. If made to order implants instead of the traditional surgical steel implants are called for to reconstruct the face, to reconstruct the skull, and so on. Or if an intricate jewelry design is needed to, adorn the neck of a heroine in a masala film, or if an AK-47 is needed for a sinister plot, which the terrorists indulge in, they all think of 3D printing. All this can be done using 3D printing. Third in the storyline of technology-based applications is a robotic process automation, or RPA as we call. It uses artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities to handle high volume, repetitive, tasks that include queries, calculations, maintenance of records, and transactions. All are, complete requirements of a financial transaction. It is ubiquitous today. We see it in workflows, in business, infrastructure, back office automation, process applications, transaction process applications, whether it's customer service, credit card processing, fraud detection, or general ledger, it's all robotic process automation or RPA. In fact, any process that is repetitive and error prone is a candidate for RPA. Ever wondered how KYC is done? All of you must have done KYC at some point or the other in the recent past. Whether it's Aadhaar or whether it's creating a bank account or doing some bank transaction. RPA is the wonder kid that allows this to happen. After the soft version, let's see the hard version. Technology is the new overlord which rules our lives. Robots are programmable machines to carry out a complex set of actions automatically. A robo is in Czech Republican language and it means forced labor and was first coined or used by Karl Capek, who was a fiction writer. He imagined things and later on all those things were possible to be made, to be created and are operative in our lives today. Robotics is the study, and the word again was part of science fiction and the writer was Isaac Asimov. From robotics, surgeries, drones, automated devices, autonomous vehicles, instrumentation, manufacturing, agriculture, entertainment, law, enforcement, and warfare, you name it, they have all invaded the world that we live in a way that we may not yet realize. Blockchain, that oft repeated word, you all must have heard in the cryptocurrency language. These days it's most of the time used, is yet another technology that will define and redefine our lives for many, many years to come. It's a distributed, private, closed database where records are kept tamper-proof by virtue of its technical implementation alone. That it enables decentralized authority with a third-party intermediary no longer required, is as much a boon even as it seeks a change in the mindset, the way we think. We are already seeing its use in sharing medical data, NFT, non-fungible tokens, marketplaces, cross-border payments, real-time IoT operating systems, personal identity security, anti-money laundering tracking systems, supply chain and logistics monitoring. Before long, it will be all over the place. Finally, we will be swamped with AR, VR technology soon. What with having to reach out to asynchronous learners over the internet. Online education does not have an emotional connect. So what do? Can augmented or virtual reality help us in this space? Augmented technology superimposes a computer generated image on a user's view of the real world, providing a composite view, whereas virtual reality is a computer generated simulation of a 3D image or an environment. Lyndon Johnson, former US president, once said, "If future generations are to remember us more with gratitude than sorrow, we must achieve more than just the miracles of technology." We should go much beyond technology and don't depend on technology for everything that happens in our lives. We must also leave them a glimpse of the world as it was created, not just as it looked when we got through with it. Is the technology pulling away people from each other? The emotional connect is missing. Friends, I tried giving you a new perspective, taking you through the advances, in the technology and how it is helping us to improve our lives. Any tool, any tool is only as useful as we make it out to be. It can help us if we use it appropriately. It can destroy us if we misuse it. Ukraine is an unfortunate example of how mankind can be destroyed using technology. The choice is ours. Let's sit back, think a while, and act purposefully so our lives are more pleasurable to live. I have come to the end of this episode, and like always, thank you, namaskar, and dhanyavad, with a promise to be back again with another episode the next Saturday. Thank you.